Hello, kickin' and streamin' fans. Welcome to our latest episode of What's Streamin'. We're talking June 22, summertime, and the streamin' is easy. Here's what we have to look forward to from the major streaming platforms.
This is Kickin' and Streamin' Podcast.
Netflix, June 3rd. Interceptor. In this thriller movie, strong Captain J.J. Collins finds herself in charge of a lone nuclear missile interceptor base in the middle of the Pacific Ocean after she is wrongfully pushed out of her dream job at the Pentagon. When an attack threatens the base itself, Collins comes face to face with the charismatic yet crooked Alexander, a former U.S. military agent officer intent on carrying out an unthinkable plan. With only minutes on the clock, Collins must utilize her training expertise to determine who she can trust and how to stop Kessel from his terrible mission. Mr. Good, cop or crook? Video for this streaming series is not available at time of publication. This docuseries traces the incredible criminal case against the famous Norwegian cop Erik Jensen. The true crime series asks the question that's been gripping Norway since his arrest in 2013. Is Erik Jensen the best policeman in Norwegian history? Or is he in fact the biggest drug trafficker Scandinavia has ever seen? With full access to Erik Jensen, this documentary series features charismatic, colorful characters and tells their unbelievable story from their first encounter in the 90s to the potential downfall in the courtroom in 2020. Viewers will be wondering until the end, who's telling the truth? The Perfect Mother. This French series is based on a book about a devoted mother uncovering the truth about her daughter's involvement with a homicide. Convinced of her daughter's innocence in a homicide, she soon uncovers unsettling truths as the line between victim and perpetrator blurs. June 8th. Hustle. After discovering a once-in-a-lifetime player with a rocky past abroad, a down-on-his-luck scout takes it upon himself to bring the phenom to the States, but without his team's approval. Against the odds, they have one final shot to prove they have what it takes to make it in the NBA. This movie stars Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah. June 10th. Trees of Peace. In April of 1994, 4 women from different backgrounds and beliefs are trapped and hiding during the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Their fight for survival against all odds unites the women in an unbreakable sisterhood. This movie is inspired by true events. June 15th. God's Favorite Idiot. This American apocalyptic workplace comedy series was filmed in Australia. Headliners Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone play Clark and Emily, 2 co-workers who fall in love just as Clark is struck by lightning from a very unusually angelic cloud, which suddenly gives him the ability to glow. His friends believe this may somehow be related to God, and their fears are confirmed when an angel tells Clark that he is to be God's messenger and he must prevent the apocalypse from happening. The Wrath of God. Convinced the tragic deaths of her loved ones were orchestrated by a famous novelist she once worked for, Luciana turns to a journalist to expose her truth. Based on the novel The Slow Death of Luciana B. by Guillermo Martinez, this Argentinian Spanish-language thriller promises to be a wild ride. June 17th. Spiderhead. This movie takes place in a state-of-the-art penitentiary run by brilliant visionary Steve, played here by Chris Hemsworth. We're all together. June 19th. Civil, Ben Crump. Video for this streaming series is not available at time of publication. In this documentary, Ben Crump, also known as Black America's Attorney General, pulls back the curtain on his life as a family man and civil rights leader. This is an intimate look following his maverick life as he challenges America to come to terms with what it owes his clients, including the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. June 24th. Man vs. Bee. BAFTA winner Rowan Atkinson stars in this almost silent comedy series about the bumbling dad Trevor, as he tries to get the best of a cunning bee while house-sitting a posh mansion, but only unleashes more chaos in this comedy series. This is a 9-episode series with each episode only being around 10 minutes in length. Amazon, June 17th. The Lake. The Lake is a comedy series that centers on the beloved Canadian cottage experience. Justin returns from living abroad after a breakup with his long-term partner, in hope of reconnecting with the biological daughter that he gave up for adoption in his teens. His plans to create new memories with his city-loving daughter at the idyllic lake from his childhood go wrong when he finds out that his father left the family cottage to his picture-perfect stepsister, Maisie May. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Based on a novel of the same name, this series follows the story of a love triangle between one girl and two brothers. A story about first love, first heartbreak, and the magic of that one perfect summer. This book is from author Jenny Han, who wrote To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and that adaptation was a huge success for Netflix. HULU, June 3rd. Fire Island. This upcoming American romantic comedy film follows a group of queer best friends who gather in the Fire Island Pines for an annual week of love and laughter. But when a sudden change of events jeopardizes their summer in gay paradise, their bonds as a chosen family are pushed to the limit. A loose adaptation of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, it maintains the popular romantic comedy of errors that everyone loves, but Fire Island offers a modern outlook thanks to its queer twists and predominantly AAPI casting. June 17th. Good luck to you, Leo Grande. Nancy Stokes is a retired widow seeking romance and excitement after a boring marriage. She hires a good-looking young sex worker called Leo Grande in the hope of enjoying a night of pleasure and self-discovery. Billed as a surprisingly enlightening, lovely, amusing story about sex, pleasure, self-acceptance, and genuine human connection, this movie stars Dame Emma Thompson. June 23rd. The Bear. Video for this streaming series is not available at time of publication. This comedy series follows Carmen, a young chef from the fine dining world who comes home to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop after a heartbreaking death. A world away from what he's used to, Carmen must balance the soul-crushing realities of small business ownership, his strong-willed and recalcitrant kitchen staff, and his strange familial relationships, all while grappling with the impact of his brother's suicide. HBO Max, June 6th. IRMA Vep. French director Olivier Assayas adapts his own acclaimed 1996 movie into a limited series starring Alicia Vikander. Mira is an American movie star disillusioned by her career and a recent breakup, who comes to France to star as Irma Vep in a remake of the French silent film classic Les Vampires. Set against the background of a crime thriller, Mira struggles as the distinctions between herself and the character she plays begin to blur and merge. June 8th. The Janes. In the spring of 1972, police raided an apartment on the south side of Chicago where 7 women who were part of a clandestine network were arrested and charged. Using code names, fronts, and safe houses to protect themselves and their work, the accused had built an underground service for women seeking safe, affordable, illegal abortions. They called themselves Jane. The Janes offers first-hand accounts from the women at the center of the group, many speaking on record for the first time. This timely documentary shows a group of unlikely outlaws, defying the state legislature that outlawed abortion, the Catholic Church that condemned it, and the Chicago mob that was profiting from it. In the pre-Roe versus Wade era, a time when abortion was a crime in most states and even circulating information about abortion was a felony in Illinois, the Janes provided low-cost and free abortions to an estimated 11,000 women. Apple TV, June 17th. Cha-Cha Real Smooth. Winner of the Sundance Audience Award, this movie is billed as a dramedy about a young man who works as a bar mitzvah party host / motivational dancer who strikes up a friendship with a mother and her autistic daughter, showing him a future he did not know he wanted. June 24th. Loot. Video for this streaming series is not available at time of publication. A new comedy series, billionaire Molly Novak played by the brilliant Maya Rudolph, has a dream life, complete with private jets, a sprawling mansion, and even a giga yacht, whatever that is. But when her husband of 20 years betrays her, she spirals publicly, becoming fuel for tabloid fodder. She's reaching rock bottom when she learns, to her surprise, that she has a charity foundation run by the no-nonsense Sophia, who pleads with Molly to stop generating bad press. With her devoted assistant Nicholas by her side, and with the help of Sophia and her team, Molly embarks on a journey of self-discovery. Disney Plus. June 8th. Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel is a new series that introduces Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old Pakistani-American growing up in Jersey City. A great student, avid gamer, and a voracious fan fiction writer, she has a special affinity for superheroes, particularly Captain Marvel. But Kamala struggles to fit in at home and at school. That is, until she gets superpowers like the heroes she's always looked up to. Life is easier with superpowers, right? June 29th. BAYMAX. Disney is returning to the world of hit film Big Hero 6 with its new series, BAYMAX. Focusing on the world of the inflatable white healthcare companion robot in each of the 6 episodes, BAYMAX just wants to help someone, but a lot of times they don't want to be helped. He sets out to fix a physical issue that he's identified and, in the process, gets to a more emotional place. Paramount Plus. June 16th. Players. The latest mockumentary series from the team behind American Vandal is set in the world of esports and follows a fictional League of Legends team led by the cranky veteran Cream Cheese, who clashes with the team's newest recruit, 17-year-old Organism. That's with a Z. As the team strives to finally win its first championship after several near misses. June 17th. Jerry and Marge Go Large. In this based on a true story comedy film, Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening play a retired couple who discover a mathematical loophole in the Massachusetts state lottery. They use this knowledge to become professional lottery players, winning millions of dollars and using their powers for good, revitalizing their dying community. That's a wrap for June 2022. What series or movie are you most looking forward to? What do you think is going to be a dud? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you these awesome videos.